Chapter 11. The Demon Realm is opened, the magic chapter in hand. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Also, another merit point has been added this time, which should be a special currency that is more precious than currencies like white stone. There is also Kill Nosina. Although Xia Xin is not yet sure what kind of existence this is, he is very sure that it must be a very important place. After all, it is named directly after Qianmu, the will of the continent. Xia Xin was looking forward to this Kill Nosina, but unfortunately he couldn't go there until the end of the month, and he didn't know if he would be able to establish a territory by then. Then Xia Xin opened the list, which had changed into two options, survival points list, and novice merit list. When he opened the novice merit list, he found that it was still blank. Then Xia Xin opened the survival scoreboard, and found that he had gained a lot of points yesterday. First place, Xia Xin, 310, second place, Denton, 110, third place, Li Kier, 110, fourth place, Yi Baifeng, 100, fifth place, Ogawa Nina, 90. There is no change in the rankings of the first few people, except that each has increased some points. He directly increased by 140 points yesterday, and the score gap between the second place and himself is even greater. Open the chat channel, and now the chat channel has started to fill the screen like crazy. Brothers, this time I am going to use Wushuang to kill everyone. Hurry up. I can't wait. Aren't you worried? We will meet humans this time. Guys, don't kill each other when you meet your own people. It's useless. It's better to cooperate to kill the Lord of the Demon Realm. Yes, I agree with the upstairs. Brothers, I speculate that this may be the last benefit. Heavenly Mother may not care about us in the future. We must seize this opportunity to quickly obtain the white stone. I agree with you upstairs. It should be support for newbies now, but it may not be there in the future. I went, and I found out that Mr. Xia Xin's points increased sharply again, to 310. Damn it, yesterday others were clamoring to surpass the big guys, but today the gap is even bigger. I wonder if you are desperate. Isn't it Wako and Nina who made the noise yesterday? I don't want to look at the gap between you and the boss. I feel like in a few days our score will only be a fraction of the big guys. Despair. Well, it seems that everyone is very discerning. Xia Xin said to himself, and then sent a message. Come on everyone, you can do it too. I hope everyone's points will skyrocket this time. Say something for the occasion, without losing anything, and you can still gain a good impression. I'll go and capture the big guy. The boss is so nice, he cares about us. I've determined that the person upstairs is a licker who feels good about himself. Ignoring the chat channel and cleaning up their friend applications, Xia Xin and Windsor put on their raincoats and went fishing. It didn't take long for Xia Xin to fish out an item, cooler blueprint. Green creates air conditioning. You can also enjoy the cool breeze on hot days. It's of no use at the moment, so keep it for now. If it doesn't work, use your talent to use it. You can also get a blue prop. Then we went fishing, and what we caught this time was even weirder. Underwear production blueprint. Green make underwear. Let you have a better quality of life and increase the fun of life. What the hell? Xia Xin was speechless. Use him in various ways at night. Not long after, another thing was caught. Water glass. Blue, a high-end water glass that allows you to get good tasting water. Although this thing is also useless, Xia Xin is still very pleasantly surprised. He has a variety of talents. I didn't say that if I use it at night, I will get an epic quality item. Xia Xin of epic quality is still looking forward to it. He has not obtained a few pieces so far, but every piece he has obtained is a very powerful prop. Announcement to all, the Demon Realm is open for 5 hours. Just then Heavenly Mother made an announcement. After the announcement, a green door frame appeared in front of the ship. At the same time, Xia Xin discovered that green and white stripes were added to the original wood color of his wooden ship. This should be used to distinguish between ourselves and the enemy. Xia Xin directly let Xiaolan pull the boat into the door, and felt as if he had arrived in another sea area. It is also raining here, just as heavy as where I was originally. It seems that the Lord of the Demon Realm is also suffering from the same torture. However, this would not be very friendly to other lords. They would have to row the water while draining the water, which is very miserable when you think about it. At this moment, a black tentacle appeared and swung towards Xia Xin quickly. Xia Xin was startled and rolled sideways to avoid it. The tentacle hit the wooden board directly, leaving a shallow dent. Windsor also reacted at this time and fired an arrow of light directly at the opponent. At the same time, he cast a spell on Xia Xin and provided him with a light shield. Xia Xin stood up, a little shocked. If he was hit by that blow, he would be seriously injured even if he didn't die. After Windsor took action, Xia Xin had time to see what had attacked him. I saw a black octopus floating on the sea. Its big head was 2 meters high, and the 7 or 8 tentacles below were 5 or 6 meters long. It was waving constantly, hitting Windsor's shield. Windsor also sends out a light arrow attack from time to time. Xia Xin checked the information about this octopus. 100 hands magic metal, purple, rating, 5. Power, 37. Agility, 38. Defense, 36. Skills, entangle, whip, mist. Fortunately, the level is not very high and Windsor can deal with it. This is the first time that Xia Xin encounters an attack on the sea. Originally in the spiritual realm, he did not encounter it once in 2 days, but here he encountered it as soon as he entered. In addition to being a bit unlucky, Xia Xin probably also has something to do with the fact that he is from the spiritual realm, and is more vulnerable to monster attacks in the demon realm. At this moment, the 100-handed magic chapter saw that it could do nothing to Windsor, and began to change its target and attack Xia Xin from time to time, but it could not break Windsor's light shield for the time being. When hit on the shield, the light of the shield will always dim slightly, and it is estimated that it will not take more than a few hits. Seeing that this move didn't work, the 100 Hands magic chapter began to stretch out its tentacles to wrap around Xia Xion's shield. Gradually, the shield began to have cracks, but soon Windsor added another shield to Xia Xion. Seeing this, the 100-handed magic chapter became even more angry and twitched its tentacles crazily. Xia Xion also began to release water arrows at this time, attacking the eyes of the 100 Hands demon chapter, constantly disturbing it. Not long after, many scars gradually appeared on the 100 Hands demonic chapter. Suddenly, it sprayed out a large amount of ink, directly creating a black mist, and then fled. When the fog dissipated, the 100 Hands magic badge was gone. Xia Xion frowned. In this battle, he discovered a shortcoming on his side, that is, he had no control skills. Once the enemy wanted to escape, he had no effective means to stop it. It's a pity that the skill is not so easy to obtain, not to mention that it happens to be a control type. Xia Xion could only sigh, and then asked Xiaolan to start pulling the boat to swim. Chapter 12 Lord of Demon Realm. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Not long after, another group of fish monsters began to attack the ship. These fish have long, flat bodies, all red, dotted with blue spots, and are about half a meter long. Blue-spotted redfish, green, rating, 5. Power, 18. Speed, 19. Defense, 15. Skill, water arrow. For me, this attribute is still slightly higher, but for Windsor Little Blue, it is not enough. It didn't take long for the group of blue-spotted red fish to be killed and fled in all directions. Xia Xion found that if he killed a fish, he would get 10 white stones as a reward, and the fish would not disappear, which meant that he could still sell it for money, which meant that a fish was now worth double the price. I directly obtained more than 800 white stones in this wave, which made me suddenly rich. This time, a civilian summoning card and some food were revealed. Xia Xion collected them all and planned to sort them out after the end. The main thing now is to earn Baishir quickly. This time is different from yesterday. Yesterday, I had to find suitable monsters by myself, but this time I just had to keep wandering around. From time to time, sea monsters would come up and attack. They were basically white, green, and level 5 or 6 sea monsters. Not long after, another sea monster appeared, this time a blue sea monster. It directly attacked Xiaolan and made a small hole in Xiaolan's head. Blood continued to flow out of Xiaolan's head, and the wound gradually turned black. Sea Viper, blue, rating, 7. Power, 36. Agility, 37. Defense, 34. Skills, Entangle, Poison Arrow. After seeing this, Windsor first put a shield on herself and Xia Xin, then directly gave Xiaolan a healing spell, and then began to attack Sea Viper continuously. Xia Xin also fired water arrows, and Xiaolan also entangled the Sea Viper at this time, although he would be hit by the Sea Viper. But Xiaolan is huge, and the poison can't kill it for a while, let alone the healing technique. It didn't take long for Sea Viper to be killed by Windsor. The Sea Viper wanted to escape, but Xiaolan blocked it, delaying time and creating an opportunity for Windsor. This is also Xia Xin's response when he has no control skills. The Sea Viper disappeared directly this time, and the blue light flashed. Obviously it exploded something. Congratulations, you have obtained the skill stone and entanglement. Check it out after you get it. Entanglement, blue increases strength by %, when using skills, learning conditions, elemental messenger. Ha ha ha. Xia Xin laughed out loud. It was so cool to give him a pillow when he felt sleepy. Xia Xin thought for a while and decided to give this skill to Windsor. At present, Windsor is the strongest combat power on his side. If it is left to her, it can exert the greatest effect. Secondly, this skill is not particularly precious. If it is purple, Xia Xin will definitely use it himself. Windsor, use this skill stone. Xia Xin gave it to Windsor directly. Well, thank you, sir. Windsor did not refuse, reached out and took it, and used it directly. Tip, Windsor's affinity for you is +4. Sure enough, I got another reminder to increase my affinity. Set sail again. About an hour later, Xia Xin encountered another enemy. This time it was not a sea monster, but a novice lord of the demon realm. The opponent's wooden boat was black and red in color, with a wooden house on it. It seemed to be a second-level wooden boat. In addition to the novice lord, there were 3 people on the boat, all of them men. At this time, one of them was holding a bucket and scooping water out of the boat from time to time. The lord and 2 people were paddling the oars. After seeing Xia Xin, the lord stopped immediately and all 4 people stood up. The demon realm lord looked at this wooden boat that was much larger than himself with bewildered eyes. He also heard the reminder from Heavenly Mother, saying that a spirit realm lord would come over, and after killing him, he could get merit points. In addition, there were a lot of white stones. As a bonus, but he didn't expect that the first lord he met was stronger than him. But he was also a little confused about how the other party could drive such a big ship, and he didn't see how many people were on it. Could it be that the ship power technology has been unlocked? The more he thought about it, the uglier the demon realm lord's face became. Xia Xin didn't think too much, but let Xiaolan rush over. As he got closer, the demon lord saw Xiaolan, and his face was gradually filled with fear. He didn't expect that the other party would directly rely on such a large pet to pull the boat. The demon lord looked closer to Xia Xin and used his own skill, Demon Eye. Xia Xin, Epic, Rating, 3. Windsor, Legendary Hero, Rating, 4. Deep Sea Whale, Blue, Rating, 4. This is the information seen by the demon realm lord. Because everyone can hide their own attributes, the specific information cannot be seen. Xiaolan's attributes were also hidden by Xia Xin, but these things have shocked the demon lord. He didn't expect that this spiritual lord actually had epic talents. What's even more perverted is that the ridiculously beautiful woman next to him turned out to be a hero of legendary quality. His uncle. How can he fight like this? When the demon realm lord checked, Xia Xin also checked him. Xia Xin, excellent, rating, 3. It seemed that this was also a person who had acquired a talent. He looked at the other 3 people and found that they were all ordinary civilians, all at level 2. After Xia Xin approached, he did not attack directly, but asked, "Which country are you from?" That when Xia Xin heard this, he thought that the other party might let him go, so he quickly replied, "I am from the Tianling Empire, how about you?" "Boss. Tianling Empire? I have never heard of them at all. They are definitely not Blue Star people. It seems that the lords of this demonic realm are from another planet. Now that the doubts have been resolved, it is of no use. Make a contribution to yourself. Go ahead and kill them." Xia Xin directly ordered. Windsor, keep that lord alive. After hearing the order, Xiaolan directly ran towards the opponent's wooden boat, and Windsor also fired light arrows towards the opponent's boat. Xia Xin did not expect that the other party would take action directly after hearing that he was from the Tianling Empire. He thought that Xia Xin was from a hostile country on his original planet. However, he would not sit still and wait for death. Each of the four people had a bow and arrow and started shooting at Xia Xin and the others. Unlike the wooden arrows shot by other civilians, the wooden arrows shot by Xia Xin had some flames attached to them. This was his talent, the flames attached to them. Unfortunately, these attacks were directly blocked by the light shield. On the contrary, Windsor basically killed one of them with one arrow. In the end, only Xia Xin was left. Windsor directly released the entanglement technique, and a light rope appeared and controlled Xia Xin. Then Xia Xin and Windsor took Xiaolan to the other party's boat and looked at Xia Xin, who looked like she wanted to eat him. Xia Xin didn't care. Tell me, what's the name of your planet? Xia Xin got straight to the point. He planned to get some useful information. He wanted to know that even if he came from different countries, their development potential would be different even if they came to this different world, because the vision and ambition of people from small countries are basically inferior to those from big countries. They do not have the spirit of a big country, and their ambitions may not be as good as those from big countries. After establishing a territory, their development will be affected to a certain extent. Chapter 13. The core of the ship was compromised. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xia Xin did not answer Xia Xin at all, but stared at him fiercely. Xia Xin couldn't help but laugh when he saw him like this. What? If you can kill someone with your eyes, there is no need to upgrade. Tell me quickly, and I will give you a pleasure. Xia Xin remained silent, and Xia Xin lost his patience and cut off one of his fingers with the dagger he used to kill monsters today. Although Xia Xin looked very calm, he was actually cruel. After all, he was a commoner before and had never killed anyone or participated in any fights. Naturally, he would not take it lightly. However, he also understood very well that since he came to this world, he must face blood, so he could only train himself to adapt. Xia Xin howled in pain and kept yelling. Xia Xin ignored it and said with a smile, "How about it, tell me or not? It's not important information anyway. Do you need to suffer for this?" Xia Xin gritted his teeth but still didn't speak. Then Xia Xin cut off two of his fingers. At this time, Xia Xin couldn't bear it anymore. He was just an ordinary person and directly begged for mercy. After that, Xia Xin directly began to ask for the information he wanted to know. After getting the answer, he directly wiped his neck with his own hands. Xia Xin was still a little nauseous after killing someone for the first time, but he slowly calmed down. Congratulations, you have eliminated a novice lord force in the demon realm. You will be rewarded with a total of 66 merit points, white stone *660. Congratulations, you have obtained some food, territory core *1, fishing rod, green, *1, plastic *36, iron block *12, copper block *3, fence drawing, white, *1, arrow tower drawing, green, *1, Shiraishi *321. Tip: discover an unknown ship and capture/destroy it. 3 consecutive reminders, each one a surprise. This is simply a wave of fatness. Killing the Lord can actually get the opponent's supplies. This is much more cost-effective than killing the sea beast. The key is that there are still merit points to get. Looking at the last prompt, Xia Xin decisively chose to destroy it. Only a fool would choose to occupy it in this situation. Congratulations, you have obtained a first-level ship core *1, a paddle production drawing, green, *1, and wood *15. Unexpectedly, there were other unexpected gains. Xia Xin put away these things, and then returned to his wooden boat with Windsor and Xiaolan. This bumper harvest made Xia Xin look forward to meeting the next lord as soon as possible, but it also made Xia Xin more cautious about spiritual domain lords. After all, although there was no reward from the Heavenly Mother for killing the Lord on his side, but you can get supplies from the Lord. Xia Xin believes that there will definitely be lords who do this, and if he is not prepared, others will definitely kill him if they get the opportunity. After all, everyone in the spiritual realm knows that he has the highest survival points. Then Xia Xin put away all his thoughts and started hunting sea monsters. The journey went smoothly and he encountered basically no danger. Occasionally, Xia Xin would encounter a lord of the demon realm, and he would gain a lot of things after each kill. When the demon realm was about to close in 1 hour, Xia Xin met a lord of the spiritual realm. She was being attacked by a jellyfish with a body length of 5 meters. This lord is also a second-level wooden boat. There is an orc wearing leather armor next to him. He looks like a lion tribe and has golden hair. Xia sent information about the other two. Nosina, excellent, rating, 4. Balu, excellent hero, rating, 4. Xia Xin had some impressions of Nosina, who ranked 7th on the survival points list. At this time, Nosina saw a person coming across from her. She was startled at first, and then felt a burst of joy, because she saw that the other person was the lord of her spiritual realm. Especially after seeing Xia Xin's message, I was even more surprised. I shouted directly to Xia Xin, help me, that while shouting, she said something to the orc beside her. At this time, the orc hero threw a pink ball directly towards Xia Xin. Windsor saw this and hit the ball with an arrow. The ball exploded and a burst of pink mist appeared. At this moment, Xia Xin saw Nosina showing a bright smile. At the same time, the jellyfish suddenly gave up its attack and swam towards Xia Xin. This jellyfish is red in color and swims very fast in the sea, as if red cloth is floating in the sea. Seeing this scene, Xia Xin looked gloomy. Unexpectedly, he was tricked by the other party. The other party was obviously worried that he would not save her, so he directly used a prop. This prop should be able to attract attacks from sea monsters. Damn it, clean up this jellyfish, and I'll go find you to settle the score again. Xia Xin watched Nosina start to slide the boat away and cursed angrily. Red lotus jellyfish, blue, rating, 6. Power, 29. Agility, 31. Defense, 30. Skills, confusion, silk entanglement. Windsor had already begun to attack the jellyfish, but just as he released an arrow, he suddenly felt a trance and missed it. Xia Xin also felt the same way. This should be the opponent's confusion skill. In this moment, the other party had already arrived beside him, and suddenly many red threads appeared in the air, shrouding the ship. At this time, Windsor quickly cast 2 light shields. As soon as the shield appeared, the red thread wrapped around it. As the red thread tightened, Xia Xin could hear the squeaking sound on the shield. At this time, Xiaolan also started to attack, but unfortunately Xiaolan's speed could not keep up with the opponent, and Xiaolan did not have any long-range attack skills. Xia Xin also kept attacking the red lotus jellyfish, but unfortunately the opponent was too fast. Even if the opponent was huge, Xia Xin could not attack it. At this moment, Windsor used the entanglement technique, and 2 light ropes appeared directly to control the opponent. Xia Xin and Xiaolan seized the opportunity to attack at the same time, but due to the opponent's confusion skills, Xia Xin would sometimes inexplicably direct their attacks elsewhere. The red lotus jellyfish kept struggling, but unfortunately Windsor's entanglement technique had more than 60 power points. It couldn't break free at all, and was killed by the concentrated fire soon. After the opponent died, another skill stone exploded. Xia Xin got it in surprise and then checked it. Confusion, blue produces interference effects on creatures that do not exceed 30% of their own intelligence. Learning requirements, illusionist, user of light element palm, very good, this skill is very useful. If it weren't for this skill just now, it wouldn't take long to deal with the red lotus jellyfish. It's a pity that Xia Xin can't see the intelligence attributes of the sea monsters. He doesn't know why this blue-quality jellyfish can affect Windsor. Xia Xin directly gave this skill stone to Windsor and asked her to learn it. Windsor happily took it and increased her affinity by 3 points. After solving the jellyfish, the next step is to take revenge. Xia Xin looked towards the direction where Nosina had just escaped, and could vaguely see a shadow in the distance. Xia Xin immediately asked Xiaolan to chase her there. Chapter 14 Kill Nosina and meet the purple sea beast again. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Nosina was paddling with Balu with a smile. She couldn't help but feel proud when she thought that she had made the number one Xia Xin suffer a dumb loss. Xia Xin should still be entangled by the sea monster at this time. When he solves the sea monster and finds that he has disappeared, he will definitely be very angry. Nosina thought secretly. Unfortunately, things didn't go as she expected. She heard some noises and turned around to see a blue whale pulling a boat approaching her quickly. The person who came was none other than Xia Xin. He caught up with the other party within a few minutes. Their rowing speed was too slow. Xia Xin looked at Nosina's surprised and frightened look and smiled coldly. He was so angry that he actually wanted to run away. If she had asked him to save her, she would have taken action. After all, she could get money even if she killed the sea beast. But I didn't expect that the other party would actually use tricks. Nosina, you didn't expect me to catch up so quickly, did you? Xia Xin approached and looked at Nosina playfully and said, he spoke the language of Lord Continent, which he learned naturally on the first day he came to Lord Continent. Nosina didn't expect Xia Xin to catch up so quickly, and she was very scared, because this meant that Xia Xin quickly eliminated the red lotus jellyfish. She couldn't fight against it with such strength, and now she was in despair. Xia Xin, let me go. I can give you money. Anyway, there is no reward for killing me. Nosina started to negotiate, and she would not give up as long as there was a chance. Xia Xin didn't expect the other party to say this. It seemed that the other party had not killed the Lord before, and she didn't know that she could get the other party's supplies after killing the Lord. If she had known, she would not have said such words to save her life. How much can you pay? Xia Xin asked loudly, and at the same time he leaned close to Windsor's ear and ordered, you will find an opportunity to attack them later. I understand, sir. Feeling the hot air from Xia Xin's mouth blowing into her cochlea, Windsor's ears turned red. Nosina didn't know Xia Xin's thoughts. When she heard Xia Xin's words, she thought Xia Xin would really let her go. How about 500 white stones, Xia Xin? Can you let me go? Nosina asked. For her, 500 white stones is not too little. Xia Xin didn't expect that the other party was only willing to give out 500 white stones. He didn't think that a person with a hero and a ranking in the top 10 would have such a small amount of wealth. Where are you sending the beggars? Xia Xin said with an unhappy expression. Just when Windsor was about to take action, another boat appeared not far away. It was just a first-class wooden boat with 2 people on it, both rowing. They obviously noticed the situation here and began to approach here. Xia Xin and Nosina also noticed each other. The difference was that Xia Xin frowned slightly, while Nosina looked happy. Wang Mu approached and used his spiritual eye to check the information. He was surprised. Unexpectedly, he met 2 people who were among the top 10 in points. One of them was the top-ranked boss Xia Xin. Just as he was about to say hello, Nosina shouted directly at him, Hey, Wang Mu, be careful of Xia Xin, he is blackmailing me and wants to steal my money. Wang Mu was shocked when he heard this. He originally thought that he would be able to hold on to something good, but unexpectedly, he encountered 2 tigers fighting. Wasn't he being harmed? Xia Xin didn't expect that Nosina was not honest now. Seeing her bright smile, Xia Xin felt sick. Nosina said, Xia Xin, if you try to kill me, everyone will know. Then others will understand that you violated everyone's rules. Think about how everyone will look at you then. Xia Xin smiled and didn't care what others thought of him. As long as he was strong enough, others would have to look up at him. What's more, Xia Xin doesn't think that if he finds out that killing the Lord will get the other party's supplies, he won't attack people on his side. Xia Xin won't naively think that he is the only one who has killed the demon lord. Boss, don't bring me with you when you fight. I'm just a small fish and shrimp, not much meat. Wang Mu was about to cry. I'm leaving now. Big guys, just think I'm a piece of shit and let me go. After saying that, he rode away. Wang Mu, do you think Xia Xin will let you go if you find him doing this kind of thing? Nosina didn't want Wang Mu to just walk away like this. Wang Mu looked at Xia Xin anxiously. Upon hearing this, Xia Xin ignored Wang Mu. He couldn't stand Nosina anymore and gave Windsor a look. Nosina looked at Xia Xin's angry look, and her smile became even brighter. At this moment, 2 light ropes suddenly appeared. She was feeling proud, but she didn't expect that Xia Xin would suddenly take action. Without preparedness, she and Balu were caught tangled. Only then did she become frightened, because she understood that Xia Xin's action would prove that she was definitely doomed. At this time, she regretted why she didn't just give him the money honestly. She didn't know that Xia Xin would not let her go even if she gave him money. Nosina, when you tricked me, it was already destined that you must die, do you understand? After Xia Xin said this, he didn't give the other party a chance, and killed them with 2 water arrows. The reason why he committed suicide himself was because Xia Xin wanted to adapt himself to the blood of the same kind. When he met the demon lord before, he also asked Windsor to try to keep him alive. This method works well, and Xia Xin no longer feels any obvious discomfort. Seeing Xia Xin kill Nosina without saying a word, Wang Mu's legs went weak. Seeing Xia Xin's eyes turning to him, Wang Mu said directly, "Boss, don't kill me. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. If you don't see it, I will give you all the good things." As he continued to take things out, Xia Xin looked at the other party and looked a little dumbfounded. He didn't intend to do anything to silence him, but looking at the things Wang Mu took out, Xia Xin still saw someone he was interested in. Just as he was about to ask, a blue fox suddenly emerged from the sea and attacked Windsor. Xia Xin was startled and quickly hugged Windsor and threw him on the boat. Xia Xin was still like this. Xia Xin was also bitten by the blue fox, and a piece of flesh fell off his arm, and blood immediately flowed down. When Windsor saw this scene, he immediately became angry. Before he could get up, he used the entanglement technique. Unfortunately, the fox dodged it. Taking advantage of this, the 2 of them quickly got up. At this time Xia Xin also noticed the fox's information: Ice and Snow Fox, purple, rating, 8. Power, 55. Agility, 58. Defense, 56. Skills, freeze, ice shield, claws, bite. Go ahead. Xia Xin was shocked when he saw such a high attribute, and was a little worried about whether Windsor could handle it. As for Wang Mu, he was dumbfounded. He felt that he was really unlucky. Originally, in Xia Xin's hands, it was possible for him to hand over the things to save his life, but now that he directly encountered the sea beast, he would definitely die. He also saw the information about the sea beast, but he didn't think Xia Xin and Windsor could deal with each other, even though he saw that Windsor was a legendary hero. Chapter 15: Freezing Technique, Upgrading Wooden Ships. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After all, Windsor is only at level 3 and Xia Xin is at level 8. How can he possibly deal with the purple sea beast at level dash? At this time, he also began to blame Xia Xin in his heart. If Xia Xin had not killed Nosina just now, it would be a pity that his side would still have a chance to survive. Now he can only wait to die. Windsor didn't know Xia Xin's worry, let alone Wang Mu's despair. She was only angry now. She didn't protect the adult, but the adult was injured because of protecting herself. She just went berserk. Looking at the ice snow fox, there were 2 light arrows. The snow fox saw the light arrows coming and immediately released an ice shield to block it. The light arrows did not break through the snow fox's ice shield. Then the ice snow fox immediately used the freezing technique, and a layer of ice immediately appeared on Windsor's body, and it continued to spread. Windsor releases light elements, dissipating heat against the ice. Then he released the confusion skill, followed by 2 more entanglement spells. The ice snow fox only felt that it was in a trance, and was directly entangled by 2 light ropes. It immediately struggled hard, but did not break free. Now Windsor's base strength is 40 points, and the Chuanguang staff has been increased by 30%, which is 12 points. Coupled with the 30% increase in power of the entanglement spell, her entanglement strength has reached nearly 68 points. The ice and snow fox couldn't break free at all. In this moment, Windsor released light arrows one after another, directly killing the ice and snow fox. A burst of purple light flashed, and it was obvious that the ice and snow fox had exploded. Windsor didn't notice. She hurriedly came to Xia Xin, looked at Xia Xin with red eyes, and released the healing spell to heal his injuries. "I'm sorry, sir, I was so derelict in my duty that I still need you to protect me." Windsor blamed herself. Xia Xin, on the other hand, stared at Windsor blankly. Windsor's dazzling operation just now really surprised him. He knew that Windsor was very strong, but he didn't expect that she could deal with the opponent so cleanly. It seems that the two newly added skills have greatly improved Windsor's combat effectiveness. Seeing Windsor's self-approach, Xia Xin reached out and touched her hair and said comfortingly, "It's okay, I just suffered a small injury. If it attacks you, it will be serious." Of course Xia Xin would not miss the opportunity to improve his affinity. Windsor still blamed herself, but looked at Xia Xin's gentle eyes and stopped talking. She secretly warned herself that she must be more cautious in the future and not make such mistakes again. After the wound healed, Xia Xin put away the skill stone exploded by the ice snow fox. Instead of checking it, he looked at Wang Mu. At this time, Wang Mu was already a little confused. Windsor's series of operations just now frightened him to the point that he thought he was hallucinating. He didn't expect Windsor to be so strong. However, when he saw Xia Xin's eyes, he got excited, reacted immediately, and said hurriedly, "Boss, if you want something, just say it. I will never refuse. I just hope you can let me go. I'm very interested in the flower producer in your hand just now. You make a price and I buy it." Xia Xin just saw a drawing called the flower producer drawing. Before he could ask, he met the ice snow fox. "Attack. Big brother, I'll give it to you directly, no need to buy it." Wang Mu breathed a sigh of relief when he heard Xia Xin's words, which proved that the big brother didn't want to kill him. "No need to talk nonsense, just quote me. I want it." The reason why Xia Xin quoted the price instead of killing people and grabbing the treasure was because he needed Wang Mu to publicize his deeds in the chat channel later. Firstly, he killed Nosina and Ice Snow Fox. Such strength will make people fear him, and he will avoid a lot of unnecessary troubles in the future. Secondly, he made a deal with Wang Mu instead of taking it by force, which can make people fear him. Knowing that he is not a bully, he is a person worth trading with. In this way, if others have something good, they may try to find it for themselves to trade. Wang Mu looked at Xia Xin as if he was not joking, and thought to himself that maybe Nosina was killed because of some personal grudge against Xia Xin. In fact, it had nothing to do with him. Therefore, he quoted a price. "Boss, how about 100 white stones? In fact, this drawing can be sold at a higher price. After all, it is a stable source of food income. The reason why it is useless is that one is because it was exploded by killing a monster today, and the other is because it is too expensive to build and is not cost-effective for me." Xia Xin didn't offer back and traded directly. This was not because he was being generous, but because it had the publicity effect of buying a horse's bones for $1,000. Xia Xin did not stay long, but began to take action again, but this time he brought Wang Mu with him. After all, there was only half an hour left, and he didn't mind letting Wang Mu play with the autumn wind to deepen his understanding of his own strength. Xia Xin completely achieved his goal. When the portal appeared again, Wang Mu looked at Xia Xin with reverence and said goodbye to him reluctantly. There was no way, because following the big boss, he had harvested a lot of white stones. If he only relied on himself, he might not be able to get so much in one day, so he was very grateful to Wang Mu. Although Xia Xin didn't explain Nosina's matter to him, he already thought that Nosina must have provoked Boss Xia Xin, otherwise how could such a good person as Boss Xia Xin kill her? Xia Xin didn't know what Wang Mu was thinking. At this time, he had returned to the sea area where he set out and started to pack his things. The first is the skill stone, which I use directly. Freeze, purple produces a freezing effect. When using skills, the user generates a freezing effect with a strength bonus of 40%, the purple skill is indeed abnormal, with a bonus of nearly half. If your attributes improve in the future, this percentage bonus will be even more effective. Next, Xia Xin first spent white stones to buy enough items to start upgrading the ship. View wooden boat information after upgrading. Wooden boat, level 4, 20 meters long, 9 meters wide, facilities, cabin, toilet, living room, warehouse, fishing gallery, power, none, technology. Ship displacement technology, level, special ability, none. 2 facilities, a warehouse, a wooden house and a fishing gallery, have been added. The wooden house we originally lived in has grown a lot, and then there are 2 more rooms near the wooden house, which should be the living room and the warehouse. This time the rooms do not occupy all the space in the middle of the wooden boat, but have an extra 1.5 meter wide walkway. Above this walkway are wooden boards extending from the house, blocking the rain from the sky. This should be the so-called fishing gallery. Then Xia Xin took a look at the things needed to advance to the next level. Upgrade requires 500 wood, 800 nails, 50 copper. It requires a lot, but I can get it myself, but I can't upgrade it at the moment, because it's already a bit laborious for Xiaolan to pull the boat. I need to solve the power problem of the boat first, and then I can continue to upgrade. Chapter 16 Sorting out Harvest and Unlocking Technology. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xia Xin arranged for Windsor to go fishing, and spent white stones to upgrade the fishing rod in her hand to level 12. Then a prompt appeared saying that it could not be upgraded. Xia Xin speculated that the quality of this world should determine the upper limit. Green can only reach level 12, and white can only reach level 6. He estimated that each person's talent might also limit the level cap. In other words, my current talent can only be upgraded to level 24. If I want to upgrade, I can only improve the quality of my talent. Xia Xin returned to the house and began to sort out his harvest. In addition to the things he had just used, he also had 9,982 white stones, which was nearly 1 gold stone. This was the first time he had such a huge sum of money. Then there are other gains, totaling as follows: territory core *4, ship core *4, fishing rod, green, *4, plastic *97, or making drawing, green, *4, wall drawing, white, *1, wall drawing, green, *1, arrow tower blueprint, green, *3, arrow tower blueprint, blue, *1, tailor shop blueprint *1, militia unit nest, white, *1. There are several weapons without bonuses, as well as various foods. These are the things he obtained by killing 3 demon lords and Nosina. There are also rewards from killing sea monsters. Civilian summoning card, white, *2, civilian summoning card, green, *1, entanglement skill stone, blue, *1, confusion skill stone, blue, *1, freezing skill stone, purple, *1. And there is some food. Overall, it was quite a lot. The most important thing was the harvest from white stones. He asked Wang Mu and found that Wang Mu only had more than 800 white stones on his body. He already had more than 10 times as much as him. Xia Xin then used the summoning card and summoned 3 civilians, 2 men and 1 woman. Xia Xin checked their information, and only that woman caught his attention. Jasmine, excellent, rating, 1. Power, 9. Agility, 10. Defense, 8. Occupation, chef, ability, make delicious food. Civilians have no skills, but they have their own professions and some abilities. This Jasmine is a chef, and the other 2 have no occupation, which means they have no special abilities. Xia Xin gave each of them a fishing rod and asked them to go fishing. Then he opened the regional channel and saw that there were less than 7,000 people here. The loss this time was still very heavy. Then he opened the world channel to see what other people were doing when the demon realm was opened this time. Brothers, this time I went on a killing spree in the demon realm and earned hundreds of white stones. It was so exciting. What do you mean? I directly got a summoning card and summoned a hero. You are all so awesome. I was attacked by a level 5 sea monster as soon as I entered. The only civilian died. Then I kept scooping water out on the same spot, with no harvest at all. Can anyone lend me some white rocks? Damn it, brothers, I found that Nosina is missing from the standings. Isn't she cool? It seems like it's true. I sent a cool song to Nosina to see her off. Brothers, the rankings on the merit list are out. Come and watch the big guys. Seeing this, Xia Xin also opened the merit list. First place, Xia Xin, 183, second place, Bai Shui, 132, third place, Li Qier, 72, fourth place, Denton, 69, fifth place, Yi Baifeng, 67, sixth place, Ogawa Nina, 52, the second-ranked person is actually Bai Shui. This person ranks 7th in the survival standings, second only to Nosina. Unexpectedly, her merit score directly ranked second, and she actually had 132 points, although a little surprised, Xia Xin can still understand. After all, this merit point needs to be obtained by killing the Lord, and not everyone will encounter the Lord. There is also an element of luck in it, and he can still rank first, and just better luck. Brothers, Brother Xia Xin is still number 1. He is simply an insurmountable mountain among us newcomers. TCH, he just got lucky and met more lords. If I met more lords, I would definitely get more merit points than him. This is the message sent by Oikawa Nishina. I'm just hee, little boy, you are jealous of the big boss of our Zhou kingdom. It's just that he came out and made nonsense without even a fraction of our big brother's salary. As soon as Oikawa Nishina sent out the message, a group of people below who were mocking him broke his guard and started yelling curses. Xia Xin smiled, closed the channel, and didn't bother to talk to him at all. If you look at this kind of person, you will lose. He is a clown. When his survival points come out tomorrow, everyone will have to shut up. Xia Xin opened, technology, and spent 500 white stones to build ship thermal energy technology. After the construction was completed, there was an upgrade at the end. Xia Xin clicked again and found that 1,000 white stones were needed. He then spent 1,000 white stones to upgrade the ship's drainage technology to level 2. After that, Xia Xin found the ship power technology and clicked light, but a prompt came out. It requires front-end technology and ship automation technology. In desperation, Xia Xin could only start looking for ship automation technology. Click, light, and it was prompted that he needed 1,000 white stones. His uncle's was so expensive, and he would be miserable if he didn't have enough to build power technology later. Xia Xin hesitated for a moment, then lit it up, and then, build, it showed that it cost 500 white stones, which was not bad. He originally thought it would be more expensive than lighting it up. Xia Xin then started to click, light up, behind the ship's power technology, prompting that 2,000 white stones were needed. It's your uncle's. Why don't you go and grab it? Xia Xin cursed directly. But he still lit up. There was no way, this problem had to be solved. After it lights up, build, does not appear, but a drop-down menu, click it, and there are single propeller propulsion power, multi-propeller linkage propulsion power, single screw propulsion power, multi-screw propulsion power. There were a lot of things, and there was a light behind each one. Xia Xin really wanted to curse at this time. If this was a merchant, Xia Xin would give him a bad review and then file a complaint against him. Xia Xin checked and found that a single propeller costs 200 white stones, and a multi-paddle vessel costs 500 white stones. As for the technical tips for propeller propulsion, it does not meet the lighting conditions. Xia Xin chose to light up the multi-paddle linkage propulsion technology, then it cost 500 white stones to build, and finally solved the power problem. This time, he spent a full 6,000 white stones on technology. As expected, those who play with technology are all money-burning jobs. After everything was done, Xia Xin put on his raincoat and went out to see what changes had happened to the boat. I found that the original circle of the drainage technology had become larger, and then the entire wooden boat was covered with red lines. In addition to these, there is also the most obvious change, which is the addition of 10 oars. 5 on each side. Xia Xin started the boat, and the 10 oars began to row on their own, and the boat started to move. The speed could not keep up with Xiao Lan's original speed of pulling the boat, but it was not too slow. It's just that now wooden boats can slide in the selected direction, have no obstacle avoidance function, and can't turn. These functions require some technology, and to put it bluntly, they are Krypton gold. No wonder people in Blue Star said that only Krypton gold can make you stronger. Chapter 17 Big Upgrade, The Origin of Windsor. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xia Xin couldn't help but curse in his heart. Back in the house, Xia Xin prepared to upgrade other items. Now that there are 3 more people, the seawater converter must be upgraded first. Check out what is needed. 106/15/0/103982/10 that the wood, iron blocks, and copper blocks that were used to upgrade the wooden boat were all used up. Now I can only buy them. I spent 20 white stones to buy 10 pieces of wood. After the upgrade, the seawater converter can convert 4 liters of water per day. See how much is needed at the next level. 91/200/303952/30. After thinking about it, Xia Xin chose to upgrade. After the upgrade, the seawater converter can produce 10 liters of drinking water per day. 71/400/100386/100. After thinking about it, Xia Xin still chose to upgrade. 10 liters of water for 5 people a day is still a bit nervous, because in addition to the high demand for drinking water, cooking for 5 people also requires more water. After upgrading again, Xia Xin stopped upgrading. Now he has 20 liters of drinking water per day, which is enough for use. He took a look at what is needed for the next level, 31/800/1503762/200. After finishing the seawater converter, Xia Xin took out the blueprint of the flower producer he bought from Wang Mu and chose to build it. 0/20/50/53762/100. Function: 3 kilograms of flour per day. If you don't have enough, buy it from the personal store and then build it. Suddenly, a circular cone-shaped base with a cylindrical upper layer appeared. The entire cylindrical shape was golden yellow. The circular cone below had a small door that could be opened. This should be the place to get flour. According to the introduction, no materials are needed. The generator captures various molecules from the air and synthesizes flour. It is quite high-tech. 0/400/100/103542/200. Xia Xin spent another 480 white stones to level up. You can now get 6 kilograms of flour every day, and then check what you need for the next level upgrade. 0/80/20/203062/400. Upgrading further would cost 960, which was too much, so Xia Xin did not upgrade. He chose to build the refrigerator he made in the morning and planned to put it in the warehouse to preserve food. This time he got a lot of food, including various vegetables, which still needed to be preserved. 0/30/33062/5. Function: lower the temperature by 2 degrees, build directly. 0/50/52997/10. Xia Xin chose to upgrade. It can now be reduced by 4 degrees. Then Xia Xin upgraded it 2 levels in succession, reaching level 4, which can lower the temperature by 8 degrees. The third level requires 10 copper, 10 iron, 20 white stone, and a cooling of 6 degrees. The fourth level requires 15 copper, 15 iron, 40 white stone, and a cooling of 8 degrees. After upgrading the white stones, there are only 2,327 left. Now your seawater converter is level 4, flour producer is level 2, and refrigerator is level 4. Nodding with satisfaction, he first went to fill the seawater converter, then bought 20 pieces of wood, and 4 pieces of wood to build 2 large barrels to hold water and flour. 3 wood are used to build a table, 2 wood are used to build 4 benches, and 1 wood is used to build chopsticks and cutlery. Then we used 6 pieces of wood to build a single bed and a double bed. He put the single bed in his cabin, then put the double bed in the living room, and then spent 30 white stones to buy some straw and cloth for them to use on the bed. After doing this, Xia Xin came to the warehouse with the refrigerator and put all the vegetables and food in it. After thinking about it, Xia Xin used a wooden bucket to bring up seawater, and then used the freezing technique to start making ice cubes to lower the warehouse. The temperature didn't stop until he felt cold. Feeling the low temperature in the warehouse, Xia Xin nodded with satisfaction. After everything was done, Xia Xin looked at the sky. Well, it was full of rain, but it obviously felt a little dark. Call Jasmine and ask her to start preparing today's dinner. Xia Xin and Windsor had already eaten lunch. While Jasmine was preparing dinner, Xia Xin took her fishing rod, sat next to Windsor and started fishing. Windsor smiled tenderly at Xia Xin, and Xia Xin also chatted with him for a while, and asked her about her origins. He was still curious about where these people were summoned from. After questioning, Xia Xin realized that the people summoned were all natives of the Lord's continent. They are all descendants of the first-generation lords like themselves. Due to various reasons, they chose to enter into a contract with the Heavenly Mother and entered a special space to be sealed, waiting for the call of the new Lord. Windsor signed a contract with Heavenly Mother because she was suffering from an incurable disease. Then Xia Xin began to ask her for other information, but unfortunately she had no memory of it. It seemed that Heavenly Mother had wiped away their memories, leaving only the memory of why they signed the contract. It didn't take long for Jasmine to prepare dinner. Dinner was scrambled eggs with tomatoes and a spicy and sour fish. Some of Xia Xin and the other 5 ate bread and some had steamed buns, so they settled all the meals directly. After eating, Jasmine was left to wash the dishes, and the other 2 people asked them to carry the bed with straw and cloth to the living room to sleep. Xia Xin asked Windsor to release light elements to create high temperatures, which were used to store energy for the wooden boat's thermal technology, and then asked Jasmine to continue lighting the fire. There is no way, there is no sunshine now, the temperature is not high, and the wooden boat does not have enough heat energy to support driving for a whole night. It didn't take long for Windsor's magic points to be exhausted, and he could only continue after the magic points were restored. This won't work. It's not enough to support a one-night voyage. It seems that we can't let Windsor go fishing. Let her stay in the house as a thermal energy charger tomorrow. That's it for today. Let's go as far as we can. Xia Xin asked Xiaolan to follow the wooden boat, treating it as an escort, and started sailing directly. Then he went to bed with Windsor to rest. Jasmine was also in their room, sleeping on a single bed. Today Xia Xin and Windsor took off their coats to rest. When Xia Xin proposed to take off their clothes, Windsor's neck turned red. However, she did not refuse. Instead, she slowly took off her clothes shyly, but she still had white underwear underneath. As for Xia Xin taking off his coat, only his underwear was left. Xia Xin hugged Windsor, sniffing the fragrance of her hair just after washing, and feeling her soft body. Feeling particularly satisfied, he bought the toiletries from the transaction yesterday. Windsor looked at Xia Xin with a red face, thinking that Xia Xin was injured because of saving her this morning. And her eyes were so tender that they were about to overflow with water. Seeing Windsor's appearance, Xia Xin lowered his head and kissed her forehead gently, and then said softly, "Rest, you are very tired from today's battle." "It's okay, sir. I don't feel tired. It's because of me that you were injured today." Windsor felt her heart beat faster when she felt kissed by Xia Xin. Her arms holding Xia Xin tightened, as if she wanted to get into Xia Xin's body. Inside. Chapter 18 Fire Elemental Elf, Discussion. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There is no chance of not being injured when fighting outside. Injury is normal. Don't blame yourself anymore, you know. Xia Xin could feel Windsor's self-blame, so he opened his mouth to comfort her. Yes, I understand. Windsor could tell that Xia Xin really didn't care about what happened in the morning, and felt a little better. Then she closed her eyes and buried her head in Xia Xin's arms. Xia Xin stroked Windsor's hair and began to sort out the supplies for this afternoon. In the afternoon, 4 people fished, and one of the fishing rods was upgraded to level 12, so he harvested a lot of white rocks. After thinking about it, Xia Xin upgraded the other 5 fishing rods to level 5. Now he has 6 fishing rods. 1 was given as an initial gift, 1 was obtained by talent last night, and the other 4 were obtained by killing the Lord in the demon realm today. After upgrading the fishing rod, Xia Xin checked that he still had 2,472 white stones. Next is the anticipated moment of using talents. The first is the blueprint for making underwear. This is useless. Although you can make it for Windsor to wear for yourself, it is not cost-effective. If you want clothes, you can go to the trading channel to buy them. There are many clothes on them. Xia Xin uses the talent with the blueprint in hand, track fixed point transmission map, one-time use after use. The user's movement track is recorded and can be sent to any point in the recorded movement track. It can only be sent once. Xia Xin raised his eyebrows. This didn't seem to be of much use at the moment, but it could be used as a teleportation charm. A line began to appear on the drawing, which should be his trajectory. Xia Xin then took out the blue quality water cup and used his talent with great anticipation. Pet card, purple, very good. The little blues summoned by the blue pet card helped him a lot. The purple pet this time should be even better. Use pet cards. A wisp of red flame appeared in the air, then gradually spread and expanded, and gradually took shape. Finally, a 20-centimeter elf appeared, wearing a red skirt, red hair, red pupils, a white face, a pair of small wings on the back, and hands. There is also a small red staff inside. She slowly opened her eyes, and when she saw Xia Xin, she showed a happy expression, flew toward Xia Xin, and landed on the quilt. Xia Xin poked her white and tender face with his fingers, which felt soft, and then touched her body, like a hand warmer. Xia Xin checked its information and was pleasantly surprised. Fire Elemental Elf, purple, rating, 5. Power, 37. Agility, 37. Defense, 36. Skills, Fireball, Fiery Body, Fire Binding. The Fire Elemental Elf has 3 skills, and its level is level 5, which is the same as Xiaolan. Xiaolan and Windsor have both upgraded 1 level this morning during the fight in the Demon Realm, reaching level 5. He is still at level, but he only needs 2 points of experience, and he will be able to upgrade tomorrow. To be honest, his desire to upgrade is not particularly strong. He wants to quickly improve his talent level, but things that can improve the quality of his talent are too rare. He has never seen it in the trading channel. The only one was obtained from Lichong. Xia Xin named the Fire Elemental Elf Huohua, as simple and crude as ever. The most important thing about this pet for him at present is not that it adds a powerful combat power, but that it obtains a charging treasure, which can better enable the ship to obtain energy, so that it can keep moving. Xia Xin told Huohua to go to the fishing gallery to release her fiery body skills to charge the wooden boat. Huohua kissed Xia Xin's cheek and then flew out with her little wings. What is the last talent to use? Xia Xin thought about it and found that he currently had a lot of props, but they were all white and green. The only blue one was an arrow tower blueprint. Xia Xin didn't really want to use it. He would still need defense facilities when he established a territory in the future. Thinking that he had used a white stone yesterday to get a 100% discount coupon, Xia Xin spent, white stones to exchange for a purple stone, and then used the versatile talent in anticipation. Amethyst, a precious elemental crystal that can be used by elemental elves to upgrade. Xia Xin looked at the irregular purple crystal in his hand. It was very beautiful. Looking at the information obtained by Lingmu, he was a little confused. Can't elemental elves rely on killing monsters to level up? If that's the case, wouldn't it be difficult to upgrade Huohua? It is impossible for him to use his talent to make amethyst every day, not to mention that he may not be able to produce amethyst every time. Xia Xin was a little troubled. Forget it, don't think about it anymore. Let's see if there are any other ways to upgrade Huohua style later. After all, I have only been in this world for 3 days and I know too little. Xia Xin opened the chat channel, which was already his daily essential activity before going to bed. To his surprise, the world channel was talking about him at this time. I definitely didn't lie. I was in the distance and used the telescope I opened to see Xia Xin chasing Nosina. Nosina must have been killed by Xia Xin. I didn't expect Xia Xin to be so vicious and attack one of his own. He knew that killing the Lord would get all the opponent's supplies, so he went after Nosina. Oikawa Nina began to attack Xia Xin. What? Killing the Lord can get all the opponent's supplies? This was said by a person who had never met the Lord. Envy, why haven't I met the Lord? It's better if we don't meet each other. If we're not as strong as the other party, why don't we just give him food? Why didn't Xia Xin come out and explain why he violated the agreement made by all of us and killed our own lord of the spiritual realm? Oikawa Nina saw that everyone was a little sidetracked and quickly brought back the topic. Indeed, I'm also very curious about this matter. At this time, Denton also started to join in the fun. Why don't you say anything? Do you dare to do it but dare not admit it? Oikawa Nina continued. Xia Xin also sent a message when he saw this. I was the one who killed Nosina. What? Oikawa Nina, do you want to avenge her? Do you have the strength? Xia Xin directly taunted, not explaining why he killed Nosina at all, because he knew that even if he explained it, others would not believe it. He could only have a certain degree of credibility by telling it through other people's mouths. As expected, you killed Nosina. You were so cruel that you also killed your own people. At first glance, you can see that he is a very vicious person. Everyone must be careful when doing business with him in the future and don't be deceived. Wakua Nina saw Xia Xin's face. He was sarcastic and very angry, but he did not respond. Instead, he directly incited others not to make deals with Xia Xin in the future. I didn't expect that it was Xia Xin who killed Nosina. It's so cruel. We even kill our own people for supplies. Not sure, maybe Nosina provoked the boss. How could the boss take a fancy to Nosina's supplies with such high points? His points may be so high because he obtained supplies by killing our own lords. How is it possible? How is it possible to meet a lord in the spiritual realm? Anyway, I haven't seen any of them in 3 days. Everyone was discussing heatedly. Some believed that Xia Xin was indeed killing people and robbing supplies, while others believed that there was a grudge between the two bosses. Chapter 19 Public Opinion Changes, Eat Fruit. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this moment, Wang Mu sent a message in the chat channel. It was a personal grudge between the boss and Nosina. It was not for robbing supplies. I was there at the time. Although Wang Mu didn't know why Xia Xin killed Nosina, he didn't think it was for robbing supplies. Otherwise, how could he do it? Good, as he spoke, he also sent a picture, which showed Xia Xin and Windsor using their skills to attack sea beasts. He secretly took this photo when Xia Xin and the others were killing monsters. He originally wanted to keep it as a souvenir, but he didn't expect to use it here. Is this what Mr. Xia Xin looks like? I didn't expect him to be quite handsome. Am I the only one who noticed the woman next to him? She is so beautiful, a goddess-like figure. A group of handsome dogs, the key point is their strength, their strength. They can all do magic. As soon as the photo came out, the news went faster. Humph, what if you are his bastard? Oikawa Nina still didn't give up, but he was soon ridiculed. Everyone understood that if Xia Xin really wanted to kill people and seize the treasure, then he didn't need to do anything extra and could just kill Wang Mu directly. Idiot, I think Oikawa Nina is just jealous of the boss. That's right, I envy the king's eyes. Ha ha ha, I followed the boss to pick up the leeks. This time I earned a lot more white stones. I would also like to thank the boss here. Wang Mu saw the news and started to promote Xia Xin. I also made a deal with a big boss. The big boss was very generous and didn't even ask for a counteroffer. Xia Xin was a little speechless when he saw Wang Mu's speech. Although he wanted to let Wang Mu publicize it, he didn't expect him to say that he would not counteroffer. If others approached him for a deal in the future, where would he lose his face if he counteroffered again? Xia Xin pondered for a moment, and felt that he still had to make a counteroffer, as face was not worth much. Wang Mu, is Mr. Xia Xin very strong? Wang Mu, is that beauty very strong? Everyone began to curiously ask for news about Xia Xin, including Oikawa Nina, Denton, Shirayuki and others. They were all very curious about the extent of Xia Xin's strength. Wang Mu hesitated for a moment, and after thinking about it, it seemed that the boss didn't tell him not to leak the news, so he sent some news. Of course, that beauty is a legendary hero. Killing the purple sea monster is just like playing. I still remember that scene. Wang Mu did not give specific level information. Xia Xin smiled when he saw Wang Mu's speech. Although he didn't care about others knowing his strength, Wang Mu's approach still benefited him somewhat and he was very good at getting things done. There were all kinds of envy and exclamations below. Xia Xin stopped paying attention, adjusted to a comfortable position, and fell asleep holding Windsor in his arms. The fourth day arrived. Xia Xin opened his eyes and saw Windsor's eyes with pale golden pupils looking at him without blinking. When she saw her eyes open, she quickly closed them, trying to pretend she hadn't woken up. Xia Xin smiled, feeling that Windsor was very interesting, and couldn't help but said teasingly, "Don't pretend to be asleep, I have seen it all, you can see it if you want, I don't charge, but..." When Windsor heard Xia Xin's words, she felt ashamed to death. She didn't expect to be caught. She didn't want to open her eyes at first, but she was curious about what Xia Xin meant, so she opened her eyes and looked at Xia Xin. "Sir, what is it?" Xia Xin looked at Windsor in his arms. That beautiful face was so close to him that he could even feel her breathing. "But give me a kiss." After saying that, Xia Xin lowered his head and kissed Windsor's red lips. Then he laughed and got up to get dressed, leaving Windsor shyly covering her whole body in the quilt. Windsor touched her red lips under the quilt, feeling her violent heartbeat. Her mind was a little confused, but she felt so sweet that even she didn't notice that her face was already full of smiles. After getting up, Xia Xin asked Jasmine to make breakfast, and then started to wash himself. After washing, he went to collect the flour and water, and then went to add today's seawater to the seawater converter. After doing this, Xia Xin took out the resource fishing rod and took the bench to the fishing gallery to start today's fishing. As soon as she sat down, Huahua flew over happily and sat on Xia Xin's shoulder. She looked a little sluggish. It seemed that she was exhausted last night. Xia Xin took out the amethyst he got yesterday and handed it to Huahua. "Eat, take a good rest after eating." Huahua happily looked at the amethyst handed over by Xia Xin, and hugged it hard with two white and tender hands, because amethyst was the size of a fist, which was already very big compared to Huahua's body of about 20 centimeters. She blew out a wisp of flame from her mouth and slowly burned the amethyst. The purple liquid that melted from the amethyst was licked into her mouth by her pink tongue. She narrowed her eyes and looked satisfied. Looking at this scene, Xia Xin couldn't help but smile. This little guy gave him a very healing feeling. At this time, the fishing rod moved and Xia Xin closed the rod. "It's a silver treasure chest, open it." A wooden barrel appeared on the wooden board, containing various fruits. Xia Xin estimated that they weighed dozens of kilograms. This was the first time he caught so much food. He took out an apple and started eating it. By the way, he gave one to each of the two civilians around him. "More adults." The two said at the same time, with smiles on their faces. Xia Xin knew that the loyalty of civilians was not full, but he couldn't see it and could only rely on feeling to judge. This should be a way for Tianmu to train novice lords, but Xia Xin doesn't care. He just needs to ensure that the heroes are loyal. After establishing the territory, various heroes will definitely manage the territory. He doesn't need to, and cannot do everything personally. After eating fruit and teasing Huahua, something came up soon. This time, he was not very lucky. Xia Xin only caught 10 plastics. At this time, Jasmine had already prepared the meal, and Xia Xin and the others began to eat. While eating, Windsor's expression was already normal, but the occasional dodge in her eyes and reddish ears still revealed that she was not very calm inside. Xia Xin stopped teasing Windsor. After eating, everyone ate some fruit, and he arranged for a civilian to deliver the rest to the warehouse. Xia Xin originally planned to let Windsor recharge the boat in the house today, but the plan could not keep up with the change. With Huahua, there is no need to waste Windsor's labor. After all, Windsor can use a level 12 fishing rod, and the value of the fish caught is quite high. 5 people, each with a bench and a fishing rod. In addition to the resource fishing rod, Xia Xin still has one fishing rod in his hand. Unfortunately, each fishing rod must occupy one person's hand to fish, so it can only be left vacant at the moment. At this time, Huohua had finished eating amethyst, and was now sitting on Xia Xin's shoulder, leaning on his neck, and had fallen asleep. Chapter 20 Adjustment Announcement. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Windsor looked at Xia Xin with envy. When she saw Huohua in the morning, she was immediately starry-eyed. However, Huohua was more attached to Xia Xin and she couldn't hug him even if she wanted to. Xia Xin noticed the look in Windsor's eyes and couldn't stand it. He reached out and lifted Huohua from his shoulder and handed it to Windsor. Windsor took it carefully, and then hugged her into her arms. Looking at Huohua's cute appearance, she felt that her heart was about to melt, and she was in a very beautiful mood. Xia Xin smiled and shook his head. He was just so cute by Huohua, but Windsor was completely smitten. After a while, Xia Xin used up his last chance to use the resource fishing rod today, and what he fished out was fertile soil. Fertile soil, green increases crop growth 10 times, at present, it seems that it is of no use. It should be used to establish a territory to improve the planting environment of the territory, but seeing this Xia Xin thought that he should take this opportunity to buy some seeds of various plants. After all, seeds are the least useful to everyone now, but if a territory is established in the future, its price may rise. Xia Xin browsed the contact channel and spent 100 white stones to buy a variety of seeds, including vegetables, fruits, and some grain seeds. Seeds are very cheap now, and you can buy a lot for just 1 white stone. However, even if they are so cheap, few people buy the seeds on the trading channel. Xia Xin asked a civilian to move the seeds to the warehouse, and then started fishing with a fishing rod. It seemed that there was nothing to do today, so he could only go fishing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. As soon as this idea came to an end, Heavenly Mother made an announcement to all, increase the probability of all novice lords being attacked by sea beasts in the water. Announcement to all, increase the explosion rate of killing sea beasts. Announcement to all, update the personal mall, purchasing items is no longer limited to fish. Danger contains opportunity, please work hard to establish your own territory as soon as possible. As soon as the announcement ended, the chat channel began to discuss. Xia Xin ignored it and began to think about the information contained in these 3 adjustment announcements. The first is the first one, which is to increase the probability of being attacked by sea creatures in the water. The literal meaning is that it will be easier to be attacked in the future, but Xia Xin noticed the word sea beast in the water. Why should there be special emphasis on the sea beast in the water? This reveals some information, that is, all novice lords will only be attacked by sea beasts in the water, but it also means that there will be attacks from other places in the future. Xia Xin didn't know what kind of attacks there would be in the future, but he knew that there would definitely be one thing, and that was the sky. Attacks from the sky are undoubtedly more dangerous and more difficult to deal with. Next is the second announcement, which increases the explosion rate of killing sea beasts. This is simple and clear, that is, it will be easier to obtain props by killing sea beasts in the future. However, Xia Xin thought that this also means that sea beasts cannot sell white stones. After all, sea beasts explode things. Then it disappeared. This also reminded him of the third announcement. The previous 2 announcements seemed to pave the way for this one. In the past, the personal mall only purchased fish, but now it accepts everything, which means that there are more ways for novice lords to obtain white stones. In short, this adjustment is just like Tianmu said at the end, there are opportunities in danger. As long as you can survive the attack of the sea beast, you will be able to gain something. All the sea beasts you kill, whether it is the body of the sea beast or the props it explodes, you can exchange it for white stone to upgrade the ship, or trade it. Channel purchases items. In each attack, you will either become stronger or die. The road to finding islands and establishing territory is a bloody journey. Xia Xin was full of expectations for this, because the stronger here is the stronger, and he was looking forward to being attacked quickly. Of course, don't be too strong. Xia Xin said again sincerely. At this time, suddenly there was a friend message prompt. Xia Xin opened the panel, a little curious as to why Wang Mu contacted him. When the two separated yesterday, Xia Xin gave him a friend status. Click to open the message dialog box. Boss, I have a friend who wants to trade with you. Are you interested? Wang Mu said, and also sent a picture, militia unit nest, white after use, you can recruit militia units. It turned out to be a military lair. Although it was only white, it was okay, but he was a little confused. Why doesn't your friend sell directly on his personal mall? Xia Xin asked his doubts. Didn't I mention your deal with me in the chat channel yesterday? He felt that you were more generous, so he thought he might earn more by selling it here. Good guy, you are treating me like a rich man. Well, compared to others, I am indeed a rich man now. At what price does he plan to sell it? Xia Xin asked directly. Boss, I don't know about this. I'm just going to lead you. If you're interested, just talk to him directly. His name is Lin Shi. Well, I know. Help me promote it in the chat channel and say that I accept props. As long as they are good, you will definitely make more money by selling them to me than selling them to the mall. Let them contact you first, and you can help me organize them every day. Check out the item list and give it to me tonight. Xia Xin didn't notice that the adjustment of the mall would affect the trading channel. Don't expect all the good things to be sold to the mall by then. That's why Xia Xin asked Wang Mu to do this in order to collect more good props. It doesn't matter if they are more expensive. After all, you can only collect this thing from others now, or fight it yourself. Okay, boss, leave this matter to me. Wang Mu became excited when he heard that the boss was going to assign a task to him. In this way, he would be in closer contact with the boss every day. By the way, you can take a commission from them. For example, if he sells 20 white stones in the mall and sells 30 to me, and earns 10 more, you can take a commission from the 10 more he earned. Specifically, how much you decide yourself. Xia Xin gave Wang Mu a suggestion. In this way, Wang Mu will be profitable, and he will be more attentive in doing things. Secondly, let Wang Mu take other people's commissions, and he will not have to pay Wang Mu in addition. It is simply killing two birds with one stone, using other people's money to do his own things. Absolutely, I must give a thumbs up for my intelligence. Wang Mu was overjoyed when he saw Xia Xin's reply. What is this? This is the boss trying to support him. Wang Mu is different from Li Chong. Wang Mu really admires Xia Xin. Although Li Chong is also a dog licker, he only licks when it is profitable, but Wang Mu doesn't care about profits at all, a bit like a star's crazy fan. Be willing to give. Xia Xin closed Wang Mu's chat box, then looked for Lin Shi in the friend application, and found it quickly because he sent him another message. Boss, Wang Mu said he is interested in this military lair. Well, let's give you a price. Xia Xin got straight to the point and didn't add anything else. Boss, this sells for 100 white stones in the mall. How about giving me 110 if you want it? Lin Shi thought about it and quoted the price, but was still a little nervous. After all, it was a tenth more.